There's this phrase that gets thrown around that can make a lot of small business leaders, well, a little nervous. HR digital transformation. Sounds huge, right? Sounds expensive and complicated, but what if it's not? In this explainer, we're going to break down what it really means for small and mid-sized businesses and why it might just be one of the smartest moves you can make. So, first things first, let's dig into that hesitation. Why does this whole topic make so many of us a little uneasy? I'm willing to bet that for a lot of you, this phrase feels a bit intimidating, right? You've probably heard it in meetings or read it in business articles, and it just sounds big, like it's meant for someone else, not for you. Yep, that's the one. Instantly, your brain probably jumps towards expensive, complicated, disruptive. It just feels like a massive project for a giant corporation, not for a growing business trying to stay agile. And look, that feeling, it's totally understandable. It brings up some really common fears, especially for leaders of smaller companies. You're probably picturing these incredibly complex IT systems, projects with eye-watering price tags, rollouts that drag on for months, and the massive headache of huge organizational change. It's a completely normal reaction. All right, but what if we've been looking at this all wrong? Let's kind of pull back the curtain and demystify what transformation actually means here. When you boil it all down, this is really it. HR digital transformation is simply about taking a fresh look at your HR processes and then using technology to make them simpler, more automated, and just plain better. That's the heart of it. It's not about replacing people. It's about empowering them with tools that actually work for them. And just to be super clear, we are talking about a giant leap beyond just scanning paperwork. This isn't about creating a digital filing cabinet. It's about building genuinely smarter processes from the very beginning. Okay, so what does this look like in the real world? What are we actually talking about here? Well, think about having all your employee data in one central, secure system, an HRIS. Imagine automating things like payroll and leave requests so they just happen. Poof. Or giving your employees their own self-service portals so they can update their info. We're talking streamlined recruiting and even simple things like AI chatbots to answer common questions anytime, day or night. So that all sounds nice, but it leads to the big question, right? Why even do it? Let's get into the real, tangible payoffs, especially for small and mid-sized companies. There's this huge myth that this stuff is only for the big corporations. But honestly, the reality is that SMEs can get just as much benefit, maybe even more. Because for a smaller company that's growing, making your operations more efficient can have a massive, direct impact on your ability to scale. I mean, just look at the incredible shift this creates for your HR team. Before, they're buried under a mountain of manual data entry, endless email chains, and paperwork. But afterward, they are freed up to focus on what actually moves the needle: strategic planning, developing your talent, and really, truly focusing on your people. That is a total game changer. Okay, now let's flip the script for a second. Think about this from your employee's point of view. When you give them 24/7 access to their own information and HR services, you're doing more than just being efficient. You're fundamentally making their work life better. They feel more empowered, more trusted, and way more in control. And the benefits just keep stacking up. A modern, slick HR experience actually strengthens your brand as an employer, which helps you attract much better candidates. It also makes navigating the tricky world of legal compliance way easier and dramatically cuts down on the risk of costly little human errors. All right, so hopefully you're seeing the why now. But what about the how? Where on earth do you even start? Let's break down a really simple, smart way to begin. This might be the single most important thing to remember. The best transformations don't start with a massive IT shopping spree. Nope, they start with understanding. It's always strategy first, technology second. And here's a super simple discovery process to get you started. It's just 4 steps. First, assess. What are you already using? Second, identify. Where are the biggest headaches and bottlenecks right now? Third, define. What are you actually trying to achieve as a business? And finally, find the quick wins. See, you don't have to fix everything at once. Just find a place where you can make a real difference fast. Because at the end of the day, this isn't really about buying new software. It's about consciously building your company's future. So really, the big takeaway here is this. With the right help and by taking it one simple, structured step at a time, any company, even a small one, can absolutely modernize. It doesn't have to be this giant, overwhelming project. It's achievable, and it's all about making your business stronger and ready for whatever comes next. And that leaves us with one last really important question for you to think about. When you look at your own company right now, is your HR a cost center, bogged down in admin work, or is it a growth engine, actively helping you find and develop the talent that drives you forward? The amazing thing is, with the tools available today, that choice is entirely up to you.